Welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today we're going to take a look at the southern mimosa and take a look at the problems that I've been having with it and see what we can do to fix it up. Some of these transplants go very easy and very well. Some of them, the plants are just in shock. Now this plant here had been closing its leaves at night, and then in the morning they would open them up. But now I see that the leaves are withering and they're just not looking so good. So let's take a little closer look. Examine the tree. I see areas where there's new growth coming out. I can't get close enough to keep this in focus well, but this is a nice little piece of new growth coming out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut back all this dead stuff or stuff that's going to die and try just to leave a little bit of greenery on it so it has some chlorophyll to make the materials that it needs to grow, and also not to strain it so much as it tries to support the dying leaves, because that's what these plants try to do. They try to save themselves, and they put energy into saving dying leaves. If you cut off the dying leaves, they'll put the energy into growing new leaves, and that's what we're going to do here. So let's go watch what happens. Okay, I'm going to be looking for these yellowing leaves, and leaves that look like they're just about ready to go. Some of these leaves are not doing too bad, so I'll leave some of them on for some chlorophyll. Up here is a nice new growth coming in. Here's some new growth over here also. So I'm just going to, this leaf here is pretty much shot. Go back here and cut. This one here is turning yellow, but right over here there's a new little piece growing out. So that's what you want to see. You want to see those new little pieces getting ready to grow. This one here looks like a new piece that's grown out already, so I'm going to leave that alone. Cut this off, cut this off. You guys are still looking at this thing here. Okay, good. And I'm going to see some more yellowing leaves here. That's going to go. I'm going to get rid of this one. This one here I'll take off most of it. Over here I got a lot of yellow stuff going on. I'm getting rid of that. But there's also new growth coming out. There's dead leaves here that just didn't make it. I'm cutting that off. This here looks like a new leaf that's starting to come out right next to the old dead leaves. I'm going to cut them off. Here's a nice new leaf. Right over here, it's coming out. Good. Now I've got another new leaf coming out over here, so I'll cut this little thing here off. I got a new leaf coming out up top here. I'm going to cut this one here off. Cut that one off. Like I said, I want to leave some stuff on here just so there's chlorophyll so the plant can survive and do okay. A couple of these leaves back here look like they're going to go eventually, so I'm just going to cut off most of them. Now over here I've got some more leaves. This here leaf looks like it's in pretty bad shape, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This leaf here, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about a little bit better. Let me see where we are here. This is where I want to be. Okay, so we see we got a nice new leaf growing up here. And over here, got this here coming up, and over here is another little one here. Okay, so that's going to be about it. I cut this thing back tremendously, and now I think it's got a chance to grow. I'm also keeping it out of the rain because this is still wet. The roots haven't yet begun to really connect enough to transpire the water out of the sphagnum moss through the leaves. So right now I'm keeping it in the shade, just letting it dry out and staying out of really bright sunlight. And we'll come back and see how this thing does. Keep your fingers crossed and have fun with your bonsai.